welcome back to another weapon build video, and today we're going to be reviewing the Tenet Detron. Okay, this Tenet weapon, really nice. This is another, I guess you can say, burst type weapon. It's a fast shooting weapon, not to say that it is a I guess you could think something like a semi sniper rifle, if you want to call it, but it does kind of act like a shotgun, you know? It's kind of like a mini shotgun secondary weapon, you can basically call it. Okay? So burst weapon and some sort, but, a mini shotgun, if you want to call it. Taking a look at its stats, what it provides is a 3.33 fire rate, 10 multi-shot, magazine of 6, of course semi. We got critical chance of 18%, 2 times the crit multiplier. Status is 10% along with the projectile, and radiation is 26, of course, in damage, 260 damage in total, so not bad. And radiation is there, and well, not really as great as taking it up with some enemies, but radiation can somewhat be helpful, but not always. It's not great to be using for damage. Let's not forget, again, this is a Tenet weapon, so this comes with the added or bonus element damage, and this one I have is magnetized, or magnetic damage, you can call it. Not magnetized, but magnetic damage, both the same thing, really. So yeah, I got 47.2% of the magnetic damage, and it's good for Corpus, but it's not really as something effective towards infestation or, Grineer. You can also add somewhat of corrupted enemies to that, even though they're a mixture of Corpus and Grineer. But, of course, somewhat good for Corpus because of magnetic damage that takes down their shield. So let's go ahead and take a look at my build. We have Galvanized Diffusion. I got 110% multi-shot on kill, 30% multi-shot for 20 seconds, stacks up to 4 times. Galvanized Shot, 80% status chance on kill, 40% direct damage per status type affecting the target for 14 seconds, stacks up to 3 times. So yeah, those mods are really good for this weapon and definitely gotta be used on this weapon as well. It's gonna increase the damage, really good. Prime Expel Roken, of course, damage to a Roken, pretty self-explanatory. Jolt, 60% electricity damage and status chance in Scorch, 60% heat damage and status, and then Pistol Pestilence, 60% toxin and heat damage. Okay, so yeah, I got a lot of heat damage going on here. Just wanted to add that on there for, we can say corrupted, melting enemies, Grineer, melting Grineer, all that other stuff. And then we have Lethal Torrent, 60% fire rate, and multi-shot, really good. Always need to be on the weapon. And Prime Heated Charge for more heat damage, 165%. So we're at like 86.1, which is crazy. But it is what it is. I wish there was more, but that's all we got. Rank 5 on Precision Headshot Kill. You get 120% damage for 24 seconds. Stacks up to 3 times. 30% to headshot multiplier and decreases weapon recoil by 50%. Sure, there's no weapon recoil to this weapon, but that 30% to headshot multiplier, like I said in probably the last video you guys saw, for sure, weapon recoil, or I meant to say headshot multiplier, it just would be nice if that was added on to lethal weapons. It'd just be so good to do more damage for that. But as you can see here, this thing is doing amazing damage. Like I said, a really good rapid fire mini shotgun, you can say. Basically what it is. And it's doing insane damage. Now, of course, with Corpus, this might not be the best one to take because of radiation damage and heat damage. I guess somewhat heat damage kind of works out, not as probably as much, but you know, viral would be really good for this weapon. But we got radiation in there, so corrosive probably is the better chance. I mean, that's why I was destroying the corrupted gunner enemies, because corrosive really helps out with that side of those targets. But of course, magnetic is going to take out their shield, so that opens up some damage to be done. And they're technically still fleshy, so somewhat heat damage should be great. But like I said, viral is going to be the better, you know, go-to. It's going to be the better element for these types of enemies. I see great damage somewhat. Well, I do see great damage overall. But probably not as much as you saw in the crate game. But again, this is just Corpus. The same like Erupted or Gunner. Magnetic is going to be really just a great addition to Corpus, but you know, I think Corpus is just too easy to wipe out, so I don't really care as much of magnetic damage, but I have it up here, so it is what it is. Kind of don't want to change it, but it is what it is. So great mini shotgun, I would say, to take to the still path. Again, not survivability, not survivability. Worthy of taking to survival, but not a bad weapon for somewhat going out to the still path with this weapon and other missions type, okay? That's how I should say that. The Detron, the Tenet, really not something I can complain about. I mean, I'm doing pretty amazing damage against these guys, and well, they're dying, so I guess I would say in my book, yeah, not a bad weapon to take somewhere like this. Or maybe even stay a couple minutes in the still path of survival and enjoy the weapon. Alright, with this many enemies routed by you, okay? Just surrounding you. Right, just enjoy it for a couple minutes before those alkalites start to kick in. That's when you got a real problem on your hands, because this weapon is not going to be good for the alkalites. Not enough critical chance to take up against those guys, okay? Let me know what you guys think about the build in the comments below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed today's video, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Keep sharing the content, guys. Follow me on all social medias. Links are in the description. Love you guys so much, and I'm going to see you all in the next video.